back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video, we are going to talk about Chainlink and why I believe it is about to pop off. And if you want to understand why I think that is the case, you're going to want to watch till the end of this video, as well as to get an idea of what are the entries that you should be paying attention to. But before I get into that, if you haven't already followed me on Twitter at _theartofcrypto, this is where I'm sharing any gem plays, any trades that I might be looking at, and stuff that I am not sharing on YouTube. So make sure you follow me on Twitter to get the latest market updates. And without any further ado, let's dive into the reason why I think Chainlink is going to do well especially in 2022. So I want you to pay attention to this chart against Bitcoin here. Chainlink against Bitcoin from basically, let's see here, July of 2018, right? It was one of the first coins to really kick off the bull market, okay? And it was one of the strongest coins in the early parts of the bull market, where it ran up by, let's see, that's 72x, right? From the exact bottom. And at the moment, it has also been one of the earliest coins to go into its bearish phase, where basically since July of 2020, which is over a year ago, it's just been on a constant downtrend. To most retail traders, this would appear like Link is underperforming, right? And you can see that from the USD chart as well. But for now, let's focus on Bitcoin chart, because right now the USD charts on every single coin basically just looks the same, and it's really hard to get an entry like that. So that's where we go into a Bitcoin chart. And when we look at the Bitcoin chart, you have, one of the earliest coins to go into its bearish phase. And I do believe it is close to, close as in, it's only going to be between 1 to 3 months before this thing starts popping off. And you're going to want to pay attention to when that happens. So firstly, let's discuss a couple of things from my last Chainlink video. So back then, I was telling you guys to buy the breakout of this pattern, but clearly we did not get that. In fact, if anything, we got a breakdown of the pattern and we got a bearish retest, and now we're going down. So is this any cause for concern? In my opinion, not really. So if I go onto another Chainlink BTC chart, I can show you what I mean. Actually, okay, that doesn't really work, does it? So I would say not really, right? For a couple of reasons. Firstly, the bottom is very close. If we get to this block right here at about 3,300 Satoshis, 3,200 Satoshis, and 3,050 Satoshis, which I'm going to just mark down with blue lines, right? If we do get to these three levels right here, it is going to be very, very, very close to the bottom. And if I have a chance to scoop up some Chainlink at these prices, I'm going to do it. This right here is a daily order block. And if you watch my channel for any amount of time, you know that I have managed to successfully predict many, many bottoms, right? I have managed to snipe many, many bottoms. So using this same theory, this is what I believe is going to be the bottom. So in the event that it does get here, I really want you guys to set some limit orders at these three levels, very, very close to the bottom. If I was you, I would set my stop loss at about 2,800 Satoshis. And don't worry, I'm going to get into the USD chart later. But for now, we have to discuss what is the bigger picture at play here. So currently, this is the kind of trend line that you're working with, right? Something like that. But do I think this trend line is going to be broken? Honestly, I'm not sure, because Bitcoin looks slightly heavy. Bitcoin dominance looking like it's finding support. And again, if you want to gain access to all of these market updates basically in real time, if I don't have time to make a video, I'm definitely going to be updating the private Discord group basically in real time. Over here, you're going to get access to all the gem plays, all the coins that I might be looking at, and you can follow along with all the trades that I might be calling, get access to the trading course where you're going to learn everything you need to know about trading. And I'm in the process of revamping that. We're making money pretty much every single day. And yeah, it's beautiful. If this is something you're interested in, check out the private Discord group. Link is down below. But let's get back to the video. So currently, because of the fact that Bitcoin dominance is sitting at support, Bitcoin volatility index not really looking pretty, right? It's back at it's really reset. So let me just go on to BVOL. You can see that it's just starting to move right now, right after being reset yesterday. I am not going to be certain if this trend line is going to hold, but regardless of the fact if it does or doesn't, in the event that you do get back to this trend line right here, 3654, that is an entry that you can, that is an area where you can consider to enter into Chainlink as well. Something else to understand about Chainlink is the fact that you have been forming this trend line for basically a very long period of time. And usually, if you watch any of my videos, you know I always like to say that the markets move in phases of consolidations and expansions, right? Right here, you've got your consolidation, expand, consolidate, expand, consolidate, expand, consolidate. What do you think is next? Expansion. That's right. So basically, I'm giving you guys two little scenarios here, right? The first one is, I'm going to give you guys 3 trades to take with Chainlink. Now, these will be more short-term trades. If you get this entry right here, it is going to be the bottom for the foreseeable few months. So that's going to be a longer-term trade. For these entries that I'm going to give you, it is going to be more of a short-term entry, and that's fine, right? You're still going to be holding this for like 2 to 4 weeks. That's going to be short-term. And if you go more midterm, that's probably going to be like 1 to 3 months, maybe 6 months. Okay. But either way, the bottom is very close for Chainlink. And I really do not want you to sleep on this coin, because the biggest moves come after phases where everybody's slept on it, where everybody's forgot about it. Like right now, nobody's talking about Chainlink. People have lost faith in Chainlink. They're looking at the shiny new thing, Solana, Avalanche. And what can I say? You know, its time will come. And when it does come, you do not want to miss it. So the first entry is going to be, as I mentioned before, you're going to want to place an entry at about 3650 Satoshis. And if I were to place a stop loss, I would go probably like 3500 Satoshis. And as for the target, I'm going to give you that a little bit later. For now, let's continue on with the second entry. The second entry is you are going to want to mark down about 4000 Satoshis, right? Once you break out of this trend line, that is going to be a buy right there. In fact, I'm going to give you one more entry. So that's going to be 4 entries in total. So once you break out of this, right, as you're breaking out, you can buy along with the breakout, and I'll give you the targets later. And the fourth entry is going to be after you get a breakout. You know, most of the time you're going to come back down to retest the trend line. So in the event of that happening, you know, this is going to be your entry number 4. And in my opinion, this is going to be the safest entry. This is going to be the safest entry. The second safest entry is probably going to be the riskiest one. This is probably like the third safest. So you do what you want with that information, but I've given you 4 entries and I put in Chainlink on your radar. And as for the take profit targets for this trade, you're going to want to take profit at 4560 Satoshis, 5000 Satoshis, 5600 Satoshis, 6400 Satoshis, 7150 Satoshis, 8000 sats, 8600 sats, 9400 sats, 10k sats. You know what, I'm just going to say the numbers. 11,100. Yeah, about 11,100, 12k and 13k Satoshis. So the way you want to use these TP targets, as I always teach in my videos, as well as in the private group, is as you are going up, right? You're going to want to take your profit on the way. Maybe secure 25% here, 25% here, 25% here, and maybe you take the rest here, right? You're not going to catch the tops. You're not going to catch the bottoms. Okay, well, you're going to catch the bottoms, but it's very likely that you're not going to catch the tops, right? You're going to catch the bottoms because you watch my videos. But, you know, it's very hard for me to say this is going to be the exact top before a retracement. For now, we are very far away from that happening. But if I had to guess, I would say that as long as you are bullish, right, these two, it's really hard to guess, right? It's really hard to guess. If I had to, I would say that you could likely ignore 4,550, like 5,000 Satoshis. If you are looking at a long-term trade and your first TP is going to be 5,600, that's when you're going to have a short-term reversal before maybe coming back to here or here before you continue the next move up. If I had to guess, right? But still, you don't want trading to be a guessing game, right? You just want to set out your levels, right? Choose which levels you want to take some profit. Definitely don't be stupid and go for this one, because while Chainlink can absolutely get there, it can get there, right? In fact, Chainlink can absolutely blow past all of your expectations. If I just draw a fib from swing high to swing low, easily it could go to like 25,000 Satoshis or even 30,000 Satoshis, and it's not out of the realm of possibility. But still, it's going to take a while. And most people watching this channel, most beginners, are very impatient. I'm pretty sure you don't want to be sitting around in a trade for 6 months. You know, I'm perfectly fine doing that. You know, I'm a swing trader, but hey, most people are not. So just pick your TP targets, right? As it's going up, right? You always want to sell into strength and you want to buy into weakness. So right now, when everyone's forgetting about it and Chainlink is down really like a lot, this is the time you want to be buying, right? This is the time you want to be accumulating. Now, as I promised, I will have to translate this over to the USD chart. So let's have a look here, right? So the bottom for Chainlink is likely going to come at here, right? About $16 to about $14.75, right? Something like that. So that's going to be the entry, the order block entry for Chainlink, right? As translated from the BTC chart. Now, and yes, you can absolutely just translate it, right? Sometimes, like most of the time, stuff that's on the BTC chart, you can see it on the USD chart as well. So absolutely, you can translate that. You know, you're getting the same kind of pattern as well, right? So the breakout target, right? The breakout level is going to be probably $19.5, or just mark down the trend line, right? The trend line is probably going to be something like that, right? Once you break $18.8, that's going to be your entry, right? The breakout entry, you're going to get a retest, right? Then that's going to be your second entry. Your third entry, which is right now, it's at support. So where is that support? So again, I want you to pay attention to how I am utilizing the daily chart to begin my analysis, right? A lot of the time, most beginners, they get caught up in a lower time frame. They're like, oh my God, it's breaking out on the 1 minute. Oh, that's strong support on the 1 minute. And honestly, that's really how they get messed up. And trust me, I've been there, I've done that. And I can tell you right now that if you're not starting your analysis on the daily chart and above, it's probably not going to be going too good for you, right? Just have a think about your experiences trading before you have marked out the key levels on the higher time frame. And when I say key levels, right, this is another just a free tidbit of information for you guys, is just look for areas on the daily chart where historically price has had some kind of reaction. Okay, once you find all of those areas of reaction, then you can start to, plan out your trade from there, because you always want to be basing your trades off of higher time frame areas of value. Okay, if you want to go long, it better be nearby a higher time frame, as in the daily chart and above, level of support. And if you want to short, make sure it's close to a higher time frame resistance level, right? Just to simplify it, very simplify it, if you know what I mean. So in this case, right, the entries for Chainlink is going to be 15.6 and 15.7, right, and $15, give or take. Stop loss is going to be at 13.27. If you get back there, I do believe that is going to be very close to the bottom, if not the bottom. So definitely set some limits over there. The trend line, well, the breakout target is probably going to be like 18.8 or 18.6. Once you break out, that's going to be your, buy the breakout. If you break out and then you come back for the retest, that's going to be the safest entry. Give or take, I don't know where it's going to happen, but, just watch the trend line and, you guys do. I'll leave it to you guys to figure it out, right? Hopefully you can at least figure that part out. And as for the support, right, the support entry, right, that was the fourth entry. That's probably going to be at about 17.13. But if there's one thing that I might be expecting to happen, right, if we do come back to test this level right here, I'm going to expect that it's going to wick just a bit lower, because this is how the market makers like to do things, right? They like to stop everyone out before they revert it. And if you want to learn more about how the market makers work and why I say that it's probably going to wick down before going up, you're going to want to watch the video that I'm going to link on the top right hand corner. It will teach you all you need to know about why the market makers do this kind of thing and how to prepare for it and how to take advantage of it. It happens all the time. It happens way more often than you think. And the sooner you learn to notice this and learn how this works, the better it is going to be for you. And so if I was you, I would probably set a limit order, right? I would take advantage of about 16.9 to about 16.5, right? With a stop loss, probably like, I wouldn't even use the stop loss in this case, right? Because you're just gonna be so close to these other two entries. So basically, you're gonna put a entry right at about 16.9 ish to about 16.6, right? Give or take. That's going to be the entry instead of 17.17 because of the risk of a stop hunt. And honestly, you could even argue that if that happens, it's probably going to go to 15.6, and why not just get it over there, right? Well, you can do what you want to do. Personally, I'm not going to be sleeping on Chainlink, right? This is going to be huge, especially coming into 2022. And you have to remember, right? I was talking about how November and December are not going to be good months for crypto. I've been talking about that since like October or something. I believe I was probably one of the only ones talking about it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not trying to sound egotistical, but right now I'm saying that 2022, especially starting about February, it's going to be very good for crypto, right? It's going to be a very nice 3 to 6 months of very nice price action. And the positions that you build right now is going to carry over into that. So now is not the time to be getting scared or thinking, oh, it's going to go to zero. Oh, we're in the bear market. Now is not the time to be thinking that. Now is the time to be accumulating hard coming into 2022 so that you have a chance to make some generational wealth. And if you want some more guidance, right, check out the private Discord group. That's where I'm going to be dedicating the most of my time to. That is where I'm going to be sharing all of the gems, all of the 10x to 100x gems. That's where I'm going to be sharing all the trades and everything. And most importantly, it's the market updates, right? So that you guys know what's up. Is this a good time to trade? Is this not a good time to trade? Stuff like that. If that's something you're interested in, check out the link in the description below. For now though, may the gains be with you, my friend, and peace.